Hey everyone, you may remember a few weeks back I did a video where I read my childhood diaries. It was absolutely hilarious. I wrote the weirdest things and you guys seemed to really like that video. However, I didn't actually read all of my diaries. I still have some more that I can read, and I asked you guys if you'd like me to read my 13-year-old diaries because they're very different to the ones I read in the last video. My last ones were really innocent and didn't make sense, and half of the stuff was made up in my imaginary world. But from about 13 years old onwards, my diaries became a lot more serious and personal, and yeah, I feel like it really documented some of the changes that I went through in my teenage years. So I thought this would be really good to film. So you guys said that you would love to see this video, and I personally think it's going to be a really good video because it's going to show how much I've changed over the years and the things that I used to worry about that I've overcome now. So I hope you find the video interesting. You might even find it quite reassuring if you're going through the same things that I was going through. So this is my diary. It's from 2013. I remember on the first day of 2013 I was like, I'm gonna write in my diary every day for this year, and obviously that didn't end up happening. I think I made it to the first month or something, but I would write solid diary entries. So let's see what I've got. It's the start of a new year today. So great to have a new start and be able to make new resolutions. I don't know whether I will be able to stick to the resolutions, but I'm going to give them a go. One of them is to keep writing in this diary each night. I want to be able to unload my day's thoughts and worries in this diary and see how it changes throughout the year. Well, I'll start off the year by saying today was a great day. After having a late night last night, I woke up this morning surprisingly not tired. It was so great because we sat in the spa in the morning relaxing, and it was like we were on holiday. Later on, the adults prepared some delicious pancakes with fruit. I spent the rest of the day in the pool and spa. All day I've been desperate to get a tan. I'm sick of looking pale and dead. That is so dramatic. It's very annoying that Lily can get a tan with no trouble. I remember when I was younger, I was seriously obsessed with the idea of having a tan and was so self-conscious about the fact that I wasn't naturally tanned. And a lot of this diary is me talking about wanting to get a tan and stuff, and it's just really sad that that consumed me and even made it into my diary as a worry. So that upsets me a little bit. I then go into talking about some family friends that came around to my house, and I don't want to say their names, so I'm just going to call them the Smiths. The Smiths came round to have a swim in the afternoon, and their daughter, I'm not going to say her name, is staying the night. I haven't worn any makeup today, which is quite unusual for me, and I was actually feeling comfortable without it until the daughter pointed out when we were in the spa that I looked different without makeup. This has made me feel like a cake face who doesn't look good naturally. That is so sad, and I do remember being at that age and being so self-conscious to not wear makeup because my skin was breaking out and stuff like that. And I was only 13 years old. Honestly, that's younger than Lily, and I felt like I had to wear makeup. So if any of you guys are young and watching this, please don't feel the need to wear it for anyone else but yourself. But I was obviously quite self-conscious and insecure at this age, and I didn't even realize at the time until now when I'm reading this back. I'm now going to read the 5th of January, and we just finished a road trip, I think to Melbourne actually. So I'll read from here. We're here. It took us about 12 hours altogether. Last night we had the worst sleep. The bed sheets were itchy, the pillows were hard, and it was dusty. Luckily the place we're staying now is a lot nicer. It's very clean with a big spacious room. I've been in such a bad mood all day today. Everybody was annoying me, and if I tried to say something, nobody would reply. I felt like I was invisible. To be honest, I'm also really annoyed because I was hoping the weather would be better in Melbourne, but it's not very hot. To make me feel even worse, everybody back in Sydney is putting pictures of themselves getting a tan and writing statuses on how hot it is. Like I said before guys, I was really insecure at this age, and I think when you're going through puberty and stuff, your hormones are all over the place and make you feel all sorts of emotions. And obviously I just felt like I was invisible, which probably wasn't the case. Obviously I wasn't invisible, but looking back on it now, I don't think it would be the fact that people were trying to make me feel invisible. I think it was probably more the vibe I was giving off, and people were probably just kind of ignoring me because I was giving off a bad vibe, because I am pretty negative in this, and I think I was just seeing the worst and everything, complaining about the weather and stuff like that. And yeah, I had this thing when I was younger that I really was affected by the weather. I wouldn't get out of bed if it was a stormy day, or even if there was a cloud in the sky. I would only be in a good mood if it was sunny. It was I had a bit of a weather disorder when I was younger. I would be so down if there was even a cloud in the sky. It was really weird, and I'm not like that anymore. I only lasted for about a year, but Obviously, I was upset when it wasn't hot and stuff, probably because it meant I couldn't get a tan. On the journey, we stopped for lunch at a place about an hour away from Melbourne. I got a salad again and it was tasty. Once we had arrived, I unpacked straight away, and later on I decided to give my Brazilian butt lift DVD a try. My Brazilian butt lift DVD, I remember this. I'm starting to remember this holiday pretty clearly now, and I remember I got this Brazilian butt lift DVD for Christmas, and I decided to do it when I was on holiday, and I would just like go to the gym in our resort and like run on the treadmill for ages, and I was just obsessed with like being skinny and losing weight, and it was just unhealthy and consuming. And I honestly, if any of you are like that, I really encourage you not to be like that and just enjoy the moment. Obviously live a healthy lifestyle and stuff, but don't get too caught up in it because you're not living. And looking back at myself then, I really wasn't enjoying the moment. Now I'm reading from the 11th of January. It was 38 degrees today, which was really hot, especially because there was a hot wind too. I'm just laughing at the fact that I'm talking about the weather again. We had a slow get up this morning, and when we finally were ready, we went to Lifestyle Centre. Mum and I went to the gym while the others had a swim. I was quite proud of myself today because I ran for half an hour on the treadmill. I'm going to try and top that tomorrow. Once we had finished our workout, we joined the others in the pool, and Dad cooked a barbecue. Everyone was freaking me out, telling me that I was going to get heat stroke. I probably was. I've also felt really lonely this afternoon and invisible because whenever I say something, I never get a reply. I've been told it's because I'm too quiet, but I'm not. I feel like it's actually because I'm plain boring. This really upsets me, to be honest, because I know this was something that I was really insecure about growing up. Because like when people would make comments like, oh, you're really quiet, just because I was like quite shy growing up, like in my mind I wouldn't just think, yeah, I'm a quiet person. I would go to, oh, I'm boring, oh, I have nothing to say, oh, I'm awkward, and like I would just put it on myself. I would never think maybe like I just didn't have anything to say in that situation or something, I don't know. But like I would just get so insecure about that growing up, and I really tried hard not to be shy. And to be honest, I'm a completely different person from back then now. Like I wouldn't say I'm a very shy person anymore. I don't get shy in many situations at all, and I've had to work really hard at that, and I'm really proud of where I've managed to get myself today. I just wish people wouldn't point out when someone's being quiet or say, oh, you're really shy, because like what does that even do? Now I've got a diary entry from the 15th of January, and this was an awful day. I was still on holiday with my family, and I received a text from my best friend at the time saying that I'd said things about her which to this day I still know weren't true and someone made up. And I was just so upset that she believed them at the time, because I would never say a bad word about this person. Even to this day, I still think she's a great person. Anyways, obviously I'm not going to say people's names, but I'll read you the entry. How can being so happy and excited be changed so quickly in one night? Last night, after I had finished writing in my diary, I got a text from a girl called, I'll call her Sophie. She said, I can't believe you would say that about, I'll call her Nikki. I thought you, of all people, wouldn't. This text confused me so much. I texted Nikki straight away telling her that I would never say anything bad about her. She said that I had called her two-faced. The fact that she wouldn't believe me, someone she called her best friend, but someone else, really hurt me. I feel like our friendship was a complete lie and that I can't trust anyone. I called my guy friend called Bob in tears, and he helped me out a lot. I'm really grateful for the friends and family that are there for me, but I just find it really hard to trust them. Mum was really worried about me because I had got myself so worked up. I've come to the conclusion that it's best not to trust anyone because half the time they don't meet your expectations. One thing for sure is that Nikki and I will never be the same. Other than that, it's good to be home. It makes me so sad, and like this person never apologized to me for this, and yeah, we just stopped being friends after that. And you know, you learn something from every situation, but it just was something that just didn't need to happen. And I remember at the time I was so distraught from this. So fast forward 4 months later, and I wrote a diary entry on the 29th of April. I didn't write anything since the last one that I just read to you guys. So this one says, a lot has changed since I last wrote in this diary, but I think it has made me a stronger person. When I last wrote in this diary, I had just lost my best friend and it had affected me quite a lot. I had a lot of trust, self-doubt and confidence issues because of this. Ever since that, I have been overthinking things and it has made me anxious towards a lot of things, particularly making friends. Like, it really, really did affect me. Friendships have always affected me quite a lot, to be honest. Like, if I ever have an issue, I haven't always been able to brush it off that easily. I'm way better now though, I must admit. Last year I had relied on one person, and now I realise that it stopped me from branching out and making a variety of friends. It was hard to get used to at the beginning of the year, but now I think I could say I'm getting to know more people and just enjoying being a teenager. The main thing that I've learned from this is that you can't trust everyone, and that it is good to have lots of friends instead of just one main one. I'm sure it is a lot better that way for now, and I will thank myself for realizing this in the future. I'm still young and should enjoy getting to know all sorts of people to learn new things and learn about my personality. Something else that troubled me a few months ago, and I can't say it doesn't still sometimes, was my skin. Sometimes I would fake that I was sick and have the day off school because I was too afraid and embarrassed to go outside because my skin was so bad. I remember this really, really clearly. I know it was bad, and I hate thinking about how stressed it has made me in the past. If I think about it now though, it is just a small part of me and shouldn't affect who I am. It was starting to take over my life and control me. I've missed out on things because I've decided not to face people while I was breaking out. I need to stop popping I need to stop popping pimples and picking at my face because it never ends up well. I either get a scab, scar, or I'll make it hard to cover up with makeup. I recently went to the doctors about it though because I thought enough is enough, and I got prescribed to a tablet and some cream. I'm not sure how it's going, but I haven't noticed too much of a difference, to be honest. If nothing changes, I will go on the pill. Something that's been bothering me lately is that I feel like I have no talents or interests. Again, I'm talking about the whole feeling insecure and feeling like I was boring. I have started learning the guitar, playing soccer, and going to morning church again, but I really want to be good at something in particular. Everything that I have started, I always quit. There are some things like youth, dancing, singing, modelling, flute and running. All those things used to make me so happy, but I just have quit them all. And now I'm regretting it because it means I've never succeeded at anything. I'm not sure why I quit all of these things, but I think it's partly to do with my lacking confidence and self-belief. I've always thought, well, there's people better than me at it, so I might as well quit. I need to learn to stick to something and succeed at it. I've decided that I'm going to be more of a yes man and do things, yes man or yes woman, and do things even if they are out of my comfort zone, because what's the worst that could happen? This will open so many opportunities for me in life and even help me discover what my true talents are. My cousin Dory recently told me that you will learn what you like and are good at through just living everyday life and through trying new things. It's true when people say that the obstacles that you go through in life make you stronger and who you are. Without the obstacles, you may not be able to have discovered something about yourself. Like, even though losing Nikki as a best friend has been hard, I have learned so much through making new friends. I've learned that I can stay true to who I am and that I don't need to let horrible people get in the way of my life. It also taught me how to stand up for myself, which is an amazing thing I've been able to do. Now we're on to the 10th of May, and I said, well, I have a feeling that my whole life is going to change after tonight. I now have a boyfriend and have had my first kiss. That was pretty much it for that day. I'm not going to elaborate on anything else just for like that person's privacy. But at the end I said, who knows where my life is going to take me. But for now, I'm going to keep at my yes motto because so far so good. Fast forward to September the 1st, I said, looking back over the past few months, a lot has changed again. The guy I was with and I are no longer together. Gonna skip all that bit just because I don't really want to talk about that. I'm now in a relationship with another guy, I'm not gonna say his name, and I've been friends with him for ages, and I know him really well. By the way guys, at this age I was 14 going on 15, so I think actually at the start of the year I was 14, not 13 now thinking of it. I said the only thing is I feel a little awkward around him, like we haven't even kissed yet. Oh wow. I know that's not really a problem, and to be honest, it's my fault because I told him I wanted to take things slow and kiss when it feels right, because I think I kind of rushed things with the other guy and I don't want to make the same mistake. The thing that I've been worrying about heaps lately is awkwardness, and I just can't stand it. I try my best to avoid awkward moments just because I don't know what to do in them, especially when you don't know what to talk about. I hate that. I'm not really sure how to get rid of this fear. Like, I will think of conversation topics or starters in my head before I even see the person. I'm not sure if this only happens to me, but I get so nervous and scared that there's going to be nothing to talk about. I tried to tell myself to stop and relax, but I just can't for some reason. I tried to make myself a more interesting person and talkative, but I just don't know how to. It's weird because some days I can be mega confident and conversation just flows, and other days it's like I'm missing some kind of social skill or something. I've told my mum about this before and she said that I don't need to worry about conversation. I just do because I don't think it comes naturally to me or something. And I don't know about you guys, but this was something like I worried about heaps when I was younger, and I don't know if this was just something like that I was going through with puberty or something, and it was like, I don't know, I went through all these like weird phases when I like fixated on things on myself. I really overanalyzed things, and honestly I've learned to relax a lot more now. Like obviously everyone worries about awkwardness sometimes, because who likes being in an awkward conversation? Like nobody really likes that. But I think now that I know myself a lot more and I'm a lot more confident in myself, I really don't worry about those things, because honestly it takes two people to have a conversation, and as long as you're putting in effort and enjoying yourself, it should just come naturally. Like I don't know why I worried about that so much. I think it was probably because I was forced to be surrounded by people who I didn't have anything in common with, but yeah, that really sucks that that was something I worried about so much. So I think that's everything I'm gonna read from this diary. I've got another diary actually, which I can try and find, where I talk about like me wanting to start a YouTube channel and things like that, but being too scared. So if you would like to see me read that, please let me know, because I can try and hunt it down and read that video. But I really hope you enjoyed watching this and you found it helpful. I have changed so much that it's actually kind of crazy to look back on, and it gets me really upset, to be honest, to see the struggles that I went through, because I wish that I had someone to tell me like it will get better, I promise. Like you will overcome these little things, and everyone always has hurdles that they fixate on and worry that they won't get better, but I promise you everything does pass and you do feel a lot better. And you know, it's just life. You have your issues and you overcome them and you have another one, but you know, you just got to enjoy the moment. I think I was quite a negative child and never saw the positive in things, but I really have a different mindset now. So I hope you guys can see that I've changed, because it does upset me reading that stuff, and I would hate to think people think I'm still that way, you know. But if this video did help you and you enjoyed it or you found it entertaining, please give it a thumbs up. Let me know if you'd like to see the other diary reading video, and make sure to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any of my videos, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye!